If you want a plant that brings color, butterflies, and purpose to your garden, butterfly weed is one I would definitely pay attention to. And I know the name sounds a little funny. When you hear butterfly weed, it almost sounds like something you should pull out of the garden, but this is not that kind of weed. Butterfly weed is a beautiful native perennial wildflower, and it does more than just look pretty. It gives you bright orange flowers that almost glow in the garden, especially when the sun hits them. But what makes it really special is what it does for monarch butterflies. Butterfly weed is a type of milkweed, and milkweed plants are host plants for monarch caterpillars. That means monarch butterflies can lay their eggs on this plant, and when the caterpillars hatch, they have a food source waiting for them. So today we are talking about where butterfly weed comes from, what zones it grows in, how to grow it, what can make it struggle, and why it is such a great plant for sunny pollinator gardens. So let's grow by zone. Butterfly weed is also called Asclepias tuberosa. It is part of the milkweed family, but it does not look exactly like the common milkweed many people are used to seeing. Common milkweed usually has softer pink flower clusters, but butterfly weed usually blooms in bright orange. Some varieties can also bloom in golden yellow, yellow orange, or red orange. The flowers grow in clusters at the top of the stems, and when the plant is blooming, it almost looks like little flames sitting above the garden. Butterfly weed is native to North America. You may see it growing naturally in prairies, meadows, open fields, roadsides, and dry sunny areas. That tells us a lot about what this plant likes. Butterfly weed usually grows best in USDA zones 3 through 9, so this is a plant that can work for a lot of gardeners. It can handle cold winters in many areas, but it can also handle hot summer weather once it is established. Butterfly weed usually grows about 1 to 3 feet tall and about 1 to 2 feet wide, so it is not usually a giant plant, but it does not need to be huge to get attention. That bright orange color does a lot of the work. It usually blooms from late spring into summer, depending on where you live. If you are in a warmer area, you may see flowers earlier. If you are in a cooler area, it may take a little longer to get going. Butterfly weed is not a complicated plant, but you do have to give it the right conditions. The first thing it needs is full sun. If you want strong growth and good blooms, give it at least 6 hours of direct sunlight a day. The second thing it needs is good drainage. This is where a lot of people go wrong. Butterfly weed does not like wet feet. It does not want to sit in heavy, soggy soil. If the roots stay too wet, the plant can struggle or even rot. Butterfly weed actually does better in leaner soil than it does in soil that is too rich or heavily fertilized. So you do not need to overfeed this plant. You do not need to baby it. In fact, too much attention can work against you. Once butterfly weed is established, it becomes more drought tolerant because it has a deep taproot. That taproot helps the plant reach down into the soil for moisture. But that same taproot also means butterfly weed does not like being moved. So when you plant it, choose the spot carefully. Put it somewhere sunny, make sure the soil drains well, and then try to let it settle in. If you are starting butterfly weed from seed, be patient. The first year may not be very exciting because young plants often spend more energy growing roots than putting on a big flower show. The biggest thing that can hurt butterfly weed is wet soil. If you plant it somewhere that stays soggy, especially in winter or after heavy rain, it may not do well. Low spots in the yard where water collects are usually not the best place for it. Heavy clay soil can also be a problem if it holds too much moisture. That does not mean you cannot grow butterfly weed if you have clay soil. It just means you may need to be more careful with placement. A raised bed, a slope, or a spot where water drains away more easily can make a big difference. Another issue is transplanting. Because butterfly weed has that deep taproot, it can get stressed if you dig it up and move it after it is already established. So this is one of those plants where you really want to choose the right location from the beginning. Too much fertilizer can also be a problem. Butterfly weed does not need rich soil to bloom well. If you give it too much nitrogen, you may get more leafy growth and fewer flowers. Because butterfly weed is a type of milkweed, it has a milky sap. That sap can bother some people's skin. So if you are cutting stems, pruning, or handling seed pods, wearing gloves is a good idea. And please do not spray pesticides on or near this plant. If you are growing butterfly weed for monarchs and pollinators, you want it to be a safe place for them to visit and feed. There are so many reasons to love butterfly weed. The biggest one is that it supports monarch butterflies. That alone makes it worth growing. But it also attracts adult butterflies, bees, and other helpful pollinators. You may see monarchs, swallowtails, fritillaries, native bees, honeybees, and all kinds of little garden visitors around the flowers. Another positive is that butterfly weed is drought tolerant once it is established, so if you want a plant that can handle heat and does not need constant watering, this is a good one to consider. It also comes back every year in the right zones, so once it settles in, you can enjoy it season after season. So here is the simple breakdown. Butterfly weed is best for pollinators. It is a native North American perennial. It grows best in USDA zones 3 through 9. It loves full sun, it needs well-draining soil, and it does not like wet feet. If you want a plant that is beautiful, tough, meaningful, and pollinator-friendly, butterfly weed is a wonderful one to try. So tell me in the comments, are you growing butterfly weed for monarch butterflies, garden color, or both? And if you want more plant guides by zone, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, because here on Grow by Zone, we are growing plant by plant, zone by zone.